I'm joined today by Bay Area based singer songwriter Amie Penwell, who's also a buddy of mine and a writing partner of mine. Thank you for joining me, Amie. How are you
Hey,
doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm great. I am having a little break from tour, but tomorrow it'll pick up again. So I'm just been hanging out and enjoying nature here in the Catskills.
Oh,
And I wanted to check in with some creative friends of mine and talk a little bit about empathy in our practice.
mhm.
My latest song, Pretending to Read, is um, a sort of discovery of noticing ourselves in strangers or trying to avoid being noticed, but finding compassion for people we don't know on the subway train in particular.
Mm.
And when I wrote this song, I didn't really have that angle in mind. I wrote it really as just a cute story about being on a subway, not wanting to be bothered by strangers,
Yeah.
and pretending to read a magazine so that no one would talk to me.
I pretend to talk to myself quite a bit with headphones on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I was really drawn to the possible stories of the people around me and just affected by their moods and their actions. And it became an exercise of silent observation. And it ended up becoming something much deeper than I'd originally intended.
Mhm.
So I started thinking about other songs and other people I know who create things or make art or any sort of work that might have similar empathic themes.
Mhm.
And I thought I'll just ask people. So you're my guinea pig. You're the very first person I'm doing this with,
Oh, cool.
and I just want to know how you how empathy shows up in your practice, in your writing, or in your performance, or how you work with other artists, or in your daily life.
I think three-fourths of the reason that I write began with the need to find out what to do with empathy because I had spent so much of my life not understanding how much I was taking in other people's vibes, emotions, situations. And I didn't want to be identified as so empathic
Why
that
not?
it was that it was crippling. For
Mm,
for me, I experienced I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know how to um, metabolize it. So songwriting became a really really big part of that for me. It was a huge impetus to start writing,
mm,
and enough so that when I began to actually get to some songs that I was feeling were real for me, that were worth giving out to the world, they were all based in putting myself in other people's shoes
mm,
and trying to bridge the commonalities in my very personal life because it was kind of baffling to me how much of my bandwidth was taken up by the people around me.
yeah.
And it's just, you know, I think it's an amazing exercise because it worked. And it led to other ways of writing, and it's not all that, but a lot of my writing, a lot of my records, the theme is one artist that I worked with. It is one divorce that I watched. It is 9 women facing a moments of truth, all different
Mm,
moments of truth. So the empathy or the desire to understand that um, leads to a lot of self understanding. And sometimes if I'm really on my game and I feel really lucky to receive one of the songs or have one of the songs come to fruition, and you kind of get to be like here to the person you were writing it through, they feel seen,
yeah.
and that has felt really powerful. And it's not all that like crazy all the time. It's not all that like whoa, but it has been a motivating force. So
Which one of your albums is about the 9 women?
my last Windows, which was I wrote 4 of those songs with Maia Sharp, and like right after that, my life blew up in a way because I was starting to get to some core things via writing about these other people.
Mm.
And really, you just like, it's either one person going through a spectrum of experiences within a life, or it's these 9 women. It didn't really matter which way you turned it. They all came with a power punch in my healing process
Mm.
um, that I didn't see coming.
Mm.
So art has been the thing that keeps me like honest or something.
I like that. I discovered you through a Patreon post of Maia Sharp's, and she posted her version of Noticing Place. The 2 of you had written together, and I thought it was such a beautiful song. My I have my favorite lines here
Thanks.
that that jumped out to me as being sort of this on the theme of um, empathy. But there's a scratch in the floorboard, a crack in the glass, a chip in the light switch plate. How many times have I passed by and never even noticed? Like those lines on my face, but here in the noticing place, noticing everything, everything. And I really love that part of the song. Um, and that is, I reached out to you
I'm so
because of that post, because I was playing at the Lost Church in Santa Rosa
mm,
last year and was looking for someone to share the bill. And I had just heard the song, just, heard your name for the first time
mm.
and discovered that you lived in the area. We were neighbors. So I asked you to join me and you accepted it and we had a wonderful time.
So good. It
Yeah.
was so fun. Yeah.
And we ended up playing together on a Maia Sharp song. So
Yeah.
that was I guess as full circle as it could have come at the moment. So that was very nice. And speaking of shows, what have you got going on this weekend?
Well, now that you mention it, I have I'm a part of an evening. I have to put my glasses on for this. Me.
I've
So
been
you.
having this whole conversation with friends for the past few days about reading glasses. So,
Oh my God.
yeah,
I. Yeah. A lot. A lot. I have to wear
it's
them all the time.
time.
It is. It is came upon me. Tomorrow at the Lost Church in San Francisco, we're doing Songs of Love and Protest with Matt Langlois, Austin Willacy, John Lester, Late But Ready, and Aireene Espiritu. It's in North Beach
Hmm.
neighborhood, Lost Church again, and I'm really looking forward to it. I don't have to bring my piano, they have a piano there, and I'm getting to play and share the stage with really good friends, long term
Hmm.
songwriting community here.
It's great.
And, I just, what, I don't know what to say other than when you get an invitation to show up and bring what you got to something that hopefully will bring a little bit of levity to some people or some release, whatever. It's not really what I mean to say at all.
Sounds good.
I just mean
I
like
could use some levity.
we could all use a little levity, so I don't think it's going to be like, oh my god, it's such a songwriter night, although it would be some of that, and it's not going to be so rah. I think it's a nice balance that John
Hmm.
put together, which was the songs of love and protest. So I can dig that, and I'm
Nice. So
yeah
that's Friday night, August 8th.
yeah. Is it?
Okay.
God, we're already in
At the
August.
Lost Church in San Francisco.
San Francisco,
Great.
California. What about you?
Well, what
What do you?
about me?
Yeah, what do you have going on?
Funny you should ask.
Funny you should ask.
I will be performing Saturday night, August 9th, at Mojo's Cafe in Troy, New York, with my
Awesome.
buddy Buggy Jive.
Lucky
And
Jive.
yeah,
What's
we're
the game?
gonna bring the pain.
You're gonna
There
bring
will
some pain.
be no levity. No levity brought. No levity will have been brought.
I don't believe you. I've seen you play now. I don't believe you. I'm always delighted when I walk away from one of your shows. I'm like, God, she's fun and she's smart and then she's serious, but then she's funny. It's just you walk a really good line. And I'm not,
Well,
you know.
I feel like Buggy and I were separated at birth. So whatever you get from my shows, it's going to be double dose.
Nice. God, I
Yeah.
wish I
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And the place where we're playing is owned by last year Buggy and I went to a show at this place at Mojo's. And it was my first time in Troy. And in the intermission of the show, I went to order drinks and the bartender looked at me and he said, "Do you stream?" And I said, "What?" I said, "Are you a streamer?" And I said, "Oh, yeah, I streamed on Twitch during the pandemic." And he said, "You're Amelia."
oh,
I said, "Oh, okay." And he said, "Yeah, my wife and I used to stream on Twitch." And, and then I realized that I remembered who they were. And I said, "That's wild." And I said, "But you don't live here. Don't you guys live in Colorado or somewhere?" And he said, "Yeah, we moved here a year ago and bought this place." And then he
wow.
looked at me and he goes, "But you don't live here either. Don't you live in Finland?" And I said,
He's,
"Well, yeah, I moved back a year ago and my buddy just brought me to this show here."
oh, that's so cool though.
So it was very random, very serendipitous, and I'm really excited to
Oh,
return day after tomorrow and
that's awesome.
and share in that space and the love and community there. So we got some
Nice.
great shows coming up. I'm wishing you a great time and give my love to all the people there, all the community. Have
I
a
will.
great rockin' show. Thank you
Thank
for spending a little time with me and talking about empathy and keep
you.
on writing.
Yeah, you too, honey. I'll
All
see
right.
you. All
See you
right.
soon.
See
Bye.
you. Bye.